Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper connect you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well and hopefully looking after yourself and having a positive start. We're back on Jay's account today and we're going to be talking about the one and only free champion who is a solo king as everything else. And you guys will probably know who I'm talking about. This guy is a free champion and he's probably the best free champion that we can get in Raidshadowlegends for like overall progression. We'll talk about P vs P and P vs E. Questionable whether he's the best P vs P champion or not, but he is definitely up there. And we're talking about the one and only Marius. And yes, Marius, he is back with his horse-like shenanigans and everything in his ability. As you can see, he's got beautiful stats across the board. Let me just go ahead and just turn up that light for a second. But yeah, he's got beautiful stats across the board and it's looking really, really solid. And we're going to talk about him today, talking about how he can solo Dragon 10 and Spider 10. We've got a couple of builds to showcase as well for this, so it's looking pretty juicy. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of solo myself because normally it's quite slow and tedious. However, Maris is fairly quick at soloing, so I think this is a great way to double dip. So why do this? Why did we build a solo Marius? Well, Jay had a full account takeover for me. We basically rebuilt his full account from scratch. Hydra, Chimera, Arena, his dungeons, and one of the things that he asked for P vs E content was to be able to solo all the dungeons that we can solo. For example, Ice Golem 10, which will be video on the future because we were still waiting on blessings for that. And then we also wanted D10, Spider 10, and he also wanted Sun Devil as well to do. So obviously we can't do Sun Devil with Marius as far as I'm aware of. I know he can do Guardian Faction Wars 21 on hard mode solo. I've seen a couple of screenshots of that as well, which must be something crazy stats. So let's go in and show you. There's no presets to kind of showcase here or anything like that. We'll start with Spider 10. He's got other teams as well that are faster, so he doesn't always have to run solo. But we did beat pretty much all his best teams overall. And this is what we're going to showcase right now. So he's actually in his arena build to do this. Now you can use Slayer, you can also use Merciless, but you can use arena build. As long as you're hitting hard enough to kill the spider, you should be perfectly fine. There is a couple of key stuff as well that you'll need in masteries, and we'll speak about that through. Now I will say this, you do need the 6-star Christian Ram to make this work, because otherwise you're not going to kill the spiderlings, which means you're not going to kill the spider, and you still need to hit him fairly hard enough to kill him as well. So that is one thing you do need to take into consideration. Another consideration you need to take in as well is Life Drinker. So you can see there we're revived through the Christian Ram, we're revived through the abilities as well. This is a 100% team if built correctly. You want to be minimum speeds of 300 as well. That's another thing to take into consideration. But this guy can basically do it all pretty much, right? And it's amazing how this guy will. Now, probably in a couple of weeks, I will do a full champion showcase on Marius to kind of like show all this, but also what else he can do across the board. I think it's about time that we give them like a full like rework across the board in all content, not just in this. So I haven't seen this Fair and Spider. You'll see here we'll go fairly low down and then we heal all the way back up from Life Drinker. So Life Drinker is a must in the mastery department if you want it to work for sure. So Spider was the easier one to build out of the two, if I'm being honest, by quite a long shot. So I'll show you the Marius build for Dragon, sorry, for Spider, and then we'll move on to this. So you'll see here, we go to Spider, we've got no arena bonuses, which is what you want to see. We've got 300 speed, reasonable defense and HP. We've got good damage across the board, no resistance, no accuracy really needed. So it's a very, very basic build, and we can make this work really, really well. Obviously, cat gaze as well for the relic is nice. You don't need this gemstone, but I did put this on for mainly for dragon, if I'm being honest. And then crushing ramp is a must for me. Tried this with Soul Reaper, just couldn't get it to work with the same stats, and the crushing ram does help a lot because obviously you're going to get additional damage. So here are some masteries. Obviously we got Master Hex, etc. It's great for arena. You can take Snipe, that's great for arena. Cycle of Violence is great. Life Drinker isn't great for arena, and this is the downside, right? Is Life Drinker is not fantastic for arena, and that's why I don't run this personally on myself, because I want my masteries to be focused on arena, not across all the gameplay. But again, can save yourself a lot of energy. So like for example, when Dragon Champion Training is going on at the same time, you can stack them points up together. So now I'm going to get the build ready for Dragon, and we're going to build that. I'll showcase that for you guys, and then we'll talk about that. It's slightly a bit different. There's a little bit of tweaking, but there's not too much into it. All right then, so we are back with this, and we're just going to press play. Again, there's no presets for Dragon, which is really, really solid. Which is one thing we'll take into consideration. Again, cushion ram helps for the waves. You don't actually need cushion ram for the waves, but it does help speed up. If you don't use cushion ram, you're going to be stuck in here for a while, for sure. So, decent damage coming in from Marius across the board, and then we will come in as well for this. You see here, you need to resist the poisons, and this is why it's a little bit harder, because we need to resist the poisons. If we don't resist the poisons, it can fail. You might get 3%ed on like one poison, for example, there. One poison's fine, two poisons are fine. If you start getting a weaken and then all the poisons, you're going to be a little bit in trouble. You do need to run high speed as well to make this work. And then you can see here, we just overlap into it, and there's no problems there really with it working or not. The stone skin build can also work as well, but we just don't have enough resistance with that, and it's arena build, so I don't want to mess around with it too much, because for me arena is more important. But once he has a bit more resistance on his arena build, which he can do through some like live arena, Great Hall and stuff, then he will be able to run the Stone Skin build for this as well, which is the build you saw before that. But you do need like a ton of resistance, right? Because you need to resist them poisons and weaken. I did get it to work without that, but it was just RNG, and I don't see the point of running a solo build to solo stuff if it's not 100%. If you want to solo something, it has to be 100% for me, otherwise you're wasting energy. You can just build a team for it. So let's have a look at the stats then. So we have really good HP for the dragon. Defense is fine. We do want to be 300 speed as well. I did put some bonuses into dragon to kind of make this work. So yeah, got really good HP coming in here. You can see here resistance needs to be 450 minimum. Accuracy is respectful at 300, but again you'll increase that. The damage is good. You can see here we got about 250, and then we got a cat gaze of relic as well. Speed's good as well. The difference between spider and dragon is with dragon we got cycle of violence mastery going on. So once we've killed a few people in the ways, we'll start running higher speeds anyway, which is great. So if he can get the resistance at 450, he won't need the 6-piece, the 9-piece Merciless, but the 9-piece Merciless is great. You can also use Slayer, depending on which one's better on your account. I find most people have better Merciless than they do with Slayer across the board. And it was just, the main thing is the resistance is the key part. Now, if you're also struggling to get resistance, you can use resistance lead. That's another route as well you can go down. Someone like a Pythion who has like a 60% resistance in all battles can also make this work as well if you want, and that's like a duo kind of situation, which can also work quite well as well. So that's one thing to take into consideration. Mephala Life Pain as well can definitely help you as well with that. So that is it. That is it for today's video, guys. I wanted to do this for a while. We had the chance now to do him his nice build. I guess I'll just show you the resistance a little bit before we jump on his arena build, before we jump off. So you can see here, we're just lacking a resistance a little bit in this build here to kind of make this work. So that's one thing I would say we need about 450 resistance across the board for that. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoy it. As usual, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you next one. Take care.